All right, let's talk about one of the biggest questions out there. It's a word we hear all the time, we feel it, we chase it, but what is love, really?
I mean, seriously, you've got poets, songwriters, philosophers. Heck, probably even you at 2 a.m. have tried to figure this one out. It seems like it means something a little different to everyone.
So to try and get our heads around it, we're going to look at two really different sources. First, we've got a bunch of personal definitions from people today, talking about their own relationships. And then we're going to look at a philosophical text that says love isn't a feeling at all, but a universal principle. Let's start with the personal stuff.
So, this first way of looking at it is probably what most of us think of first. It's that deep, emotional bond between two people.
For Ashti, it really boils down to feeling secure. It's like having that one person who's your companion, your best friend, your partner, your safe place to land in a chaotic world.
And then there's this take from Alex G, which is all about vulnerability. Wow. Love is basically handing someone a roadmap to all your weak spots and just trusting, really trusting that they won't use it against you. It's kind of scary, but it's also beautiful.
I love this one from Jared B. because it's so real. It reminds us that love isn't about everything being perfect all the time. Real love is when you hit those rough patches and you see them not as deal breakers, but as a chance to actually grow stronger together.
And building right on that idea, Amber H brings up equality. She says a healthy love is a two-way street. It's got to be balanced with mutual respect, mutual care. It's a team effort, for sure. So if you pull all these personal stories together, you start to see these themes pop up again and again. Things like security, vulnerability, putting in the work, and just plain old patience. Love, from this point of view, is this incredible emotional connection that you have to actively build and maintain. Okay, so that's a really powerful and honestly relatable way to see love. But what if that's not the whole story? What if love isn't just a feeling you have for someone?
Let's completely shift gears now. Our second perspective suggests that love isn't something you fall into, it's something you actively choose to do.
Okay, this is a pretty wild idea, right? This source says love isn't an emotion like being happy or sad. No, it's a conscious choice, a deliberate act. It's something you decide to do again and again, even when it's hard. So let's put these two ideas side by side. On one hand, you have love as an internal feeling of connection. Beautiful, sometimes scary. On the other hand, you have love as an external action, a choice you make to put someone else first. It's the difference between feeling love and acting lovingly. And here's where this whole idea gets even bigger. If love is an action, then it doesn't have to be just for a romantic partner, right? This source says we should direct this active love toward our neighbor. Well, that brings up a huge question. Who exactly is our neighbor? Is it just the person living next door, people in our town, our country? I mean, where do we draw the line? And this is where it gets really challenging. This source, which is quoting the Gospel of Matthew, directly confronts that line-drawing instinct we all have. It says, don't just love the people you like, love your enemies. Just think about that for a second. The implication is massive. If you refuse to draw a line, then everyone becomes your neighbor. The person across the street, the person on the other side of the world, people you disagree with politically, even your enemy. It's a love with absolutely no borders. So if love is this deliberate, universal action, what does that actually look like? How do you do that day to day?
Well, this famous description from 1 Corinthians basically gives us a field guide. Love is patient, it's kind. It doesn't keep a list of every time it's been wronged. Look at all of these. They're all verbs. They're all things you do. And this shows you how that huge, philosophical idea can become something really simple and tangible. Loving your neighbor could be something big like protecting the environment for the future. Or it could be as small and as powerful as just listening to someone, saying I'm sorry, or truly offering forgiveness.
And you know what's so cool? This is where these two very different ideas about love actually find some common ground. Whether we're talking about personal love in a relationship or this big universal love for everyone, they both come down to action and perseverance.
So putting all this together brings us to one last really important question that kind of turns the spotlight back on each of us.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Love isn't about being perfect. We're all gonna mess up, say the wrong thing. The real failure of love, according to this, is when you stop trying. It's when you fail to persevere, to keep choosing that loving action.
So, we started this whole thing by asking what is love?
But maybe we found out that's only half the equation. The bigger question, the one that really matters, isn't just about a definition. It's about a decision. So, how will you choose to love?